Hi there, welcome back to Ms. Johnson's ELA mini lesson. This is mini lesson number 22, and we are going to focus on context clues today. So go ahead and grab your magazine, grab your packet, and we're going to get started by talking about what context clues are. This is a refresher of something that we've covered before, but it never hurts to go over it again. Here we go. Okay, so context clues are clues. They're clues that readers use to find the meaning of unknown words in a text or in a story. So what you are doing with context clues is you're being a detective. You got your little magnifying glass, and there's kind of a couple different steps that you can do to try and figure out the word that you're trying to figure out. So step number 1 is read the sentence and circle the word. By circling the word, you've identified the word that you do not know or the one that you're asked to define. Step 2 is you think about what is happening in the sentence. So what I like to do is I like to go back and reread the paragraph or the sentence. Sometimes you want to go multiple sentences back and forward to see the context. So step number 2 is looking at kind of the context. The context clue of what's happening in the story or text, so it'll help you understand it a little bit more. Step 3 is find other words that may explain the meaning. So that's where you look before and after. So that's rereading sentences, kind of going along with step 2 where you understand what's happening in the text. And then the final one, step 4, is try different words in place of the unknown words. So think of words that might change out in those sentences and replace them, so then you can find a synonym or something to determine what that unknown word is. So when we're using context clues, we're becoming a detective to look and see what words mean. All right, so we're going to go find look for some context clues in order to determine unknown vocabulary. Here we go. All right, so what you need is your spending time and money and your final homeschool packet. We're going to turn to Tuesday, this page. So let's read the directions at the top. First, the directions say, annotate the text by circling, that's step 1, unfamiliar words in making choices. Use context clues and reference material to figure out the meaning of new words. So what a reference material is a dictionary or an online dictionary where you can Google the word. So we've done this before in class, so we're going to kind of do it. So what we're going to do is we have a word. We're going to use context clues, then you're going to come up with your own definition on your own, and then your revised definition means you're going to go and look on dictionary.com what it means in the dictionary, okay? So our first word is annual. Say annual. Great. And it's in the second introduction on page 4, so it tells us exactly where we need to go. So we're going to follow the context clue steps by first reading the sentence and circling the word. So it's in the second one. Ooh, look at that. I've already circled the word. You know what? To help you guys, I'm actually going to highlight the word. All right, looking at my anchor chart, first thing I need to do is read the sentence with the word. So I'm going to just read the sentence. Between 1732 and 1758, he published an annual or yearly book. Okay, so now step 2, think about what is happening. So what is happening in this paragraph is introducing Benjamin Franklin and talking about when he was printing he was a scientist, inventor, and leader. He was also a writer and printer, and he created a book. Okay, so he published an annual, that's our word, or yearly book. This is the name of the book. It includes stories and useful information about weather and valuable household tips. It also includes proverbs or timeless sayings about work and money. So he created a book annually or yearly. All right, now what we need to do is find other words that explain the meaning. So when we're using context clues, the biggest clue here is where it has annual, comma, and it says or yearly, comma, book. This or is really important and yearly is really important. These are the context clues that are going to help us figure out what it is. So annual or yearly is our context clue. So we're going to go back to context clues right here, and we're going to copy or yearly. Okay, context clues is where we just copy and paste. And we copied and paste from the second intro on page 4. Okay, so what does our definition mean? Look at our context clues. What does it mean? It means something that happens every year. All right, so it is something that happens once a year. Annual means yearly. It happens every year. So now what you're going to do after this video, or you can pause it now, is go find a revised definition by going to dictionary.com and searching what that says. Okay, next one we're going to do is Proverbs. It's the second introduction on page 4, same one. So we're going to go back to our text and we're going to follow our steps. Ooh, look at, I've already circled it again, so I'm going to highlight it for you guys. All right, step 2, read the sentence with it. It says, it also included many proverbs or timeless sayings about work and money. Okay. Now find other words that might make the meaning. Again, we have this really cool thing where it says, or timeless sayings. All right, so proverbs or timeless sayings, this comma or timeless sayings comma means that they're defining what this word is. So proverbs, my context clues are or timeless sayings. So we're going to go back here and we're going to copy and paste. All right. And then what I would like you to do is I would like you to come up with your own definition. So pause this video, look at the context clues. What does Proverbs mean to you? Go. And now what I would like you to do is you can do this now is pause the video and go find a revised definition. Go to dictionary. Or what you can do is just Google what this word means. Say Proverbs and then definition. So this is the stuff that you're going to do on your own. All right? Okay, last one is this word moral. We have a connection to this word because we know what moral is. We've read about it before. It's the introduction on page 5. Let's use context clues anyway. All right, introduction. This is our introduction on page 5. So, okay. Aesop was a storyteller in ancient Greece. He lived in the 16th century BCE. He told many fables. Fables often have a moral or lesson. So we have the word, we have a comma, we have or lesson. I also see the word again, so guess what? I'm going to keep going. It says, amoral tells people how to behave or act. Ooh, guess what? We have 2 context clues that we can find. A moral is a lesson. It also tells people how to behave or act. So I'm going to go copy that down now. All right, so I copied down my context clues. I have two different things that I copied down. I copied in quotes or lesson, and then I copied in quotes tells people how to behave or act. Okay? So now what you're going to do is pause this video, go create a definition of your own. Great. After that, what you're going to do is going to go either to dictionary.com or you're going to go to Google and find out what that word means. All right, go do that now for all 3 of these words. All right, and the last thing that we need to do is we need to answer the question on the bottom. This is the apply question. It says, what is the meaning of the word necessity as it is used in paragraph 10? You know what I would do? You got it. Go to paragraph 10. It says, moral, in times of plenty, it is best to prepare for times of necessity. So this one is actually going to deal with step number 4 in our anchor chart, where it talks about replacing the word with a word that means something similar. So in times of plenty, in times of enough, for times of need, for times of want. So choose which one and log it on your homeschool log. Go.